All right, welcome back. So we are jumping right back into the story. And man, what a turning point. We've got this mysterious message, right? And it's led our main character to this lonely vigil in the pouring rain. You can just feel it from the get-go, this sense of dread, a real feeling that showing up here was a very, very bad idea.
And bam, the story just hits you with this line. It's pure regret. This tells you right away, hey, this isn't some fun adventure. Nope, this is about consequences. The tone is set, like, immediately. We know something went horribly wrong, and now we're going to figure out exactly how it all went down.
So the big question is, how did we even get here? You know, standing on this miserable, rain-soaked corner, just filled with regret? Well, to understand that, we've got to rewind. Let's go back to the night before, because that's when a restless mind just couldn't shut down. An obsession was really starting to dig its claws in.
And right here, this is the trigger. I didn't sleep that night. And you know, this is so much more than just being tired. This is about a mind being completely taken over, hijacked by one single thought that just plays on a loop. It perfectly sets the stage for all the internal chaos that's going to push this entire story forward.
It always seems to start with the messages, doesn't it? What's so great here is how the thought is all broken up. It perfectly mirrors that feeling, you know? When you're lying in bed, trying to sleep, but your brain just refuses to shut off. It's not a full sentence, because the thought itself isn't whole. It's just this nagging, relentless thing.
And this visual just nails that feeling of an obsessive thought loop. I mean, look at it. You've got the faces repeating, the word replay just echoing. This isn't just a simple memory. Oh no, this is something active, a repeating phantom in the mind that just will not let go.
So here it is, the message itself. So simple, right? So direct. But at the same time, it's just completely unsettling. You see those little dots, those pauses? They are just loaded with unspoken meaning. It feels less like a friendly invitation and, I don't know, more like a summons you can't ignore.
This is the rational mind kicking in, trying to fight back. And it's right. I mean, think about it. It didn't make sense. Logically, there's absolutely no reason to go. You have no context, no explanation. Every single self-preservation instinct in your body would be screaming at you, don't do it, stay home.
But then there's this. And this is that classic battle, right? Logic versus intuition. It's that pull, that gut feeling you can't explain that just defies all common sense. That little voice inside that tells you something is incredibly important, even when you have no earthly idea why.
Okay, so let's jump ahead to the next evening. Our protagonist gives in to that gut feeling, and they show up at the spot. It's a place that should feel familiar, maybe even comfortable, but now it feels like anything but.
Yeah, this is the place. That small cafe. This was supposed to be a safe spot, somewhere tied to good memories, to comfort. A place where, at one point, everything felt perfect. Or, you know, at least it used to be.
And that's what's so spooky about this. The whole vibe of the place is just corrupted. It's the exact same location, but the energy is completely different. And honestly, it's that old familiarity that makes this new, strange feeling so much more unnerving.
And then, everything just slows, way down. The story makes us sit in this quiet, but it's not a peaceful quiet, not at all. It's an empty silence, an expectant one that's just thick with dread.
And it's not just quiet, it's too quiet. This isn't your normal everyday silence. No, this is heavy. It's oppressive, like something is pressing down on you. It's a menacing kind of quiet that just screams, something is very, very wrong here.
Then you get these details, and they just paint this perfect, moody picture. The lights are dim, the rain starts coming down again, and then you get that last, chilling line, just like that night. You realize we're stuck in an echo. This is a deliberate recreation of something that happened before, something that was clearly a huge deal. This right here is the perfect description of what severe anxiety feels like, you know? Time just seems to stretch out, every shadow feels heavier. The world around you physically starts to feel menacing. Every shadow could be a threat, and every tick of the clock just makes that feeling of dread worse and worse. And after all that, nothing. The big emotional drop. You've had all this buildup, this obsession, the whole journey to get here, and the result is zip. No message,
No sign, just standing alone. And that little bit of hope that got you here, it just starts to curdle into that awful feeling that you've been a fool, that you've just been chasing a ghost.
But just when it seems like it's time to give up, just as our character is thinking, what a huge mistake, the story takes this sudden, sharp turn. That heavy, awful silence we were talking about, it's about to be broken.
And then, a vibration from the phone. In that crushing silence, a simple buzz feels like a gunshot. It's this one tiny thing that just slices through all the dread and disappointment, and in a single instant, the mystery is back on. Big time.
Just 2 words, turn around. It's such a simple command, but wow, it carries so much menace. Who sent it? Where are they? All of a sudden, that empty street doesn't feel quite so empty anymore, does it?
And your heart just stops. You can feel that, can't you? That sudden cold shock. It's just pure primal fear. Notice the message wasn't, hey, I'm here. It was a command, an order. And just like that, our protagonist goes from being an observer to being an active player in a really terrifying game.
So, you turn around expecting, well, someone. But what makes this so much more chilling is that there's no one there. Just emptiness. The real terror comes from that, from knowing for a fact that you're being watched, but you have no idea by who or from where.
And that leads us to what happens next, the final discovery. See, the encounter doesn't end with meeting a person. It ends with finding a silent, mysterious object that was left behind. And that object kicks off a whole new and very, very personal chapter of this mystery.
Then, something catches the eye. The focus of the whole scene just shifts, it narrows, from this big, empty, rain-slicked street all the way down to one single thing, something left on the bench. It's a clue, a breadcrumb, deliberately left behind by whoever was just watching.
It's a small box, but here's the detail that changes absolutely everything. The thing that makes this so personal and so terrifying. It has their name on it. This wasn't random. This was meant for them. Specifically for them.
And in that moment, you know, this isn't over. In fact, this isn't an ending at all. It's a carefully planned beginning. The whole thing, the lonely wait, the creepy message, the empty street, it was all a setup. This wasn't a failed meeting, it was a delivery. And that leaves us with the one giant question. What in the world is inside that box?